So I have my finger amputated.
That is incredible, that is.
I love it.
Did you do it? You did it yourself,
I
didn't
did.
you?
It's cute, isn't he? I was so full of adrenaline at the time, and I was so happy I finally done it. Come on, he's super cute.
It is incredible.
How are you? Oh my gosh.
Take us through your favourite body mods and tattoos.
I suppose my tongue split would be my because that was my first mod, so that's pretty special.
Yeah.
And that's like what got me into it all.
Let's have a look. What did your parents think? You were so young at the time.
Yeah, no, they didn't really mind. I think my mum couldn't. My mum can't look at it, or she couldn't look at my tongue.
Yeah.
My dad's kind of fascinated by it. He's as long as I'm safe, he doesn't really mind what I do, as long as I'm safe.
Since I was about, I suppose, 13, 14, as soon as adolescence kicked in, I was always wanted to change my appearance, sort of from fuck the world and fuck your parents sort of thing. It was just a continuation of that. My first tattoo was when I was 17. I've got a lot of band tattoos.
Okay.
I've got Wasp, I've got Kiss, I've got Monster Magnet, I've got heavy metal written there, Black Sabbath here. They mean a lot to me. I've got a lot of Jesus on one eyelid and Satan on the other. Not because I believe in any of them, I don't believe any of it exists. You know, you might think it's outrageous to me, I don't care because I imaginary things anyway. What about some others?
So I have my finger amputated.
That is incredible, that is.
I love it.
Did you do it? You did it yourself,
I
didn't
did.
you?
It's cute, isn't he?
What did it feel like? You must have been asked this so many times when the actual...
I was so full of adrenaline at the time, and I was so happy I finally done it.
And
I
no
just
regrets
decided
about it? You still love it, yeah?
I love it. I love it. Come on, he's super cute.
It is incredible.
I've got various bits of scarification. I've had like a Y section, like an autopsy Y cut out.
Yeah, I can see the beginnings of it. Just I've got the scarification, the same as you got. I've got it on my face, but because it's such a lot of tattoo work, you can't see it. But at the time when I first got it done, it was like yours. The red, it was all bright red. I've got photographs of that.
Because I only liked it when it was bloody and red.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a gore whore.
You haven't tattooed it?
I did eventually. I've had branding, I had my whole arse cheek branded. It just says rotten female meat.
I bet that hurt, didn't it?
That was sucky beyond all belief. I couldn't sit down for so long either.
Yeah.
It's never doing things, I find. It's never getting the tattoo or getting the mod, it's always the healing.
The healing, yeah.
By that point, you've got no choice. What are some of the common misconceptions people have about you?
Total lunatic, not very intelligent, violent. I think they think I'd be violent. They probably think I was single, which I'm not. I'm married with children, and I doubt if they think that. And they certainly wouldn't think I'm an ex-civil servant. The last few years of my career, if you want to call it that, nobody in my section would talk to me at all. So I can go down a record and saying that nobody would speak to me. I used to sit there, and if I didn't start a conversation up with somebody, nobody would start a conversation up with me. No, I was like a pariah there.
Wow.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think they think of you as a
Well,
female?
they must think I am batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And that's fair, like, that's fine. Everyone is lovely in person, and I'm sure it's like with everyone. On the internet, however, I've had like death threats, all sorts.
Tell me about it,
and I'm not talking like one or two, I'm talking hundreds of death threats. I still maintain I've had more marriage proposals than death threats, so I think I'm doing all right.
Yes.
And the other thing is, like, a lot of the stuff they've heard about me or seen, it's only part truths. Yes, I have done certain things, but then they're like, you know, publications, they make up different things and reasons.
Yeah.
So
tell me about that as well. Yeah.
They're thinking, I'm this person, and actually I'm only a little bit like that. It doesn't make me who I am. It doesn't, you know, affect how I treat people in everyday life or anything. You know,
But people are so shocked by the likes of us, aren't they?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really crazy how sometimes.
But that's partly why we do it, I suppose, to a point as well. If somebody said, "Would you like to swap the way you look for a really macho, like really, you know, that really great sculptured body with the six-pack, but you wouldn't have any tattoos? Would you swap it?" I'd say no. But it wouldn't mean anything to me. I'd rather have the tattoos.
But isn't it bizarre how those really sculpted people that their body is modified as well?
Yeah, that's
true. They're like, what are you doing?
That's not really good for your body. I don't think it's sort of good.
If you do it the wrong way, which a lot do, sadly. Yeah.
I do like the attention, and I am very, very different. I know I'm very different. It's like wearing the inside, outside sort of thing. So I feel like this is the real me because I'm like screaming out, look at all this. So really this is just what I'm feeling on the inside, just put outside.
Is there anything you wouldn't do?
I tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't get my eyes tattooed. The actual whites of the eyes.
I want that so bad.
I think it looks fantastic. If I was to do it, it'd be black. I know what I'd have,
me too.
but it's too dangerous.
Yeah, I still want it done though. I promised my dad that I won't.
It's just that step too far.
How do you feel seeing pictures of yourself before any body mods?
Don't mind seeing them before body mods. I prefer myself afterwards. I don't like the way I looked before. I much prefer the way I look now. But there's some that are just horrendous, I think to myself, just like another person, just isn't me at all. Especially my wedding photographs, they're absolutely terrible.
Really?
Yeah, and I wonder how I could have walked around looking like I did, you know, funny enough.
I didn't really like how I looked. I felt every time I got something else, I was like, oh, I feel a bit more like me now.
Have you got any when you were a teenager before you had?
I got a couple.
Yes.
There's not a lot. I used to hate getting my picture taken. I was
Did
just like,
you?
no, don't want it. We were all striving for the same thing, to look in the
Yeah,
mirror
it's true.
and be like, oh, yeah, that's all right, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
How has your appearance affected your love life?
That's a good one. I didn't look like this before I met my wife, but she's still with me, so it hasn't affected it.
Yeah.
I suppose. But
Yeah.
I suppose it has in a way that she doesn't like me as much as she probably would do if I didn't have them. It depends how you want to look at it, but no, not really.
Well, if anything, I'd say it's probably helped. In general, like if you're modified and you're doing this, that gives you the confidence to be you and just, you know, and if you're walking around with confidence, that's what a lot of people are attracted to. Because I didn't look so cute without all this.
Should body modification procedures be treated like getting a tattoo in a tattoo parlour?
No. I do believe it needs to be a lot more regulated to stop cowboys having a go and ruining people.
It's not regulated at all that I know of. And there are people, I think, that, you know, that are going to get these modifications done where the person isn't qualified to do it whatsoever. I
mean, a lot of my body modification I do myself. It's part of it for me that I do it. I'm experimenting with my body and that's what I want to do. Not to say I haven't obviously gone to professionals, and which is what I suggest everybody else do. Yeah. There's a lot of grey areas around what can and can't be done. Like, well, tattoos is one thing and like scarification is another. Amputation gets grayer and grayer, you know. Like someone's like, oh, you know, well, it's my body, I want my leg chopped off. You know, it's, where do you draw the line?
I think that's what the government are sort of like weary of, if actually sort of like seeing to condone something like that, seeing to condone something they don't feel is anybody should be having. To
a certain extent, I really feel like we should be able to say what happens to our body. Why can I go and get breast implants and butt implants, but I'm gonna get told off if I want like my belly button removed or my nipples taken off?
We should be allowed to do that,
Have you seen a change in people's attitudes towards you?
It goes from one extreme to the other, and people who absolutely hate it, I mean, I get people looking at me, look angry that I've actually done this to myself. They look angry at me that I've done this, even though it's not on them. Real, you know, really bad looks. Everything from that to laughing at me, I get that, to just staring and pointing and wow, and fucking hell, oh my God, oh, disgusting. And then you've got right to the other extreme, the people that will say they love you, you know,
Selfie,
oh, come
please.
on, oh, you're amazing, absolutely incredible on all this social media stuff. I'm in love with you and all this crap, you know.
Do you see people sneaking pictures of you on tubes and stuff?
Yeah.
If I catch it, I just sort of like...
Yeah. As long as they say, I think you look great, can I take a photograph? I always say, yes, sure.
They always want a selfie when I'm picking up my £1 underwear from Primark. They never want it when I'm in Harrods, do they?
What would you say to someone getting into body modding?
Do your research. 100% do your research. Make sure you know you definitely want it done. And then once you know those two things, go for it. It's brilliant. However, I would also say do it for you.
Yes, it's a good way. Or do it for you. Yes, you've got to get into tattooing, get tattooed. I think do it like this and get the whole thing done and go crazy. Or don't bother at all, because there's so many people getting tattooed now. If you just get an ordinary tattoo, you might as well not bother to get it. Because I don't think anybody notices, cares anymore.
This has been super interesting.
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. It's been lovely.
We went in, and ironically enough, the table next to ours was 50 Cent. And in the back there was Kanye West, Beyonce. I had 50 Cent pass me a bottle of vodka and stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.